Hello, everyone, and thanks for checking us out here on Fightins.com. We're going to start a new series where we go behind the pinstripes and get to know members of your 2013 Reading Fightin Phils. And we're going to kick off this series by chatting with Fightin's first baseman, Jim Murphy. And Jim, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Off to an incredibly hot start this year, hitting .314, 9 home runs, 31 runs driven in, tied for the league lead in homers, 4th in the league in RBIs, and you're 7th in the league in batting average. Are you surprised at the hot start?
I'm surprised that the average might be that high. I've never really hit over 300 in the minor leagues, but I'm not surprised I had a hot start. I was swinging the bat really well in spring, got down to spring early, felt really good coming into the season, felt mentally and physically prepared, so yeah, I feel good about it.
Experiencing AA for the first time at age 27, obviously that's a little bit later than most guys get to this level. Knowing that everybody wants to get to the big leagues who play professional baseball, do you feel a little bit of sense of urgency here this year?
Well, it's kind of always been a sense of urgency for myself, being a senior sign and kind of being late age-wise in the leagues I've been playing in the last 3 years. So every year I got to put up numbers, and obviously being the first time in AA, I wanted to put up numbers early and get off to a good start and hopefully carry it throughout a season and just kind of go from there.
Had a good year in Lakewood in 2009, got promoted to Clearwater in 2010. Bit of a tough year that year with the Threshers. They sent you back down to Lakewood in 2011. How difficult and how frustrating was that for you?
It was frustrating, but I tried to take it more of an opportunity than a demotion. I could have easily been released, and who knows, that might have been the last time I played professional baseball. So I tried to take it as an opportunity, and I think I did that. I didn't complain, went down and played, and I still got to play every day. It wasn't like I was backing up somebody else. So I went down there, I started every game, and I put up good numbers that year and came back again last year and put up solid numbers again. So I kind of went through A-ball basically twice, but I think I learned a lot and a lot better hitter now than I was in 2009, 2010. So.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. What did you learn along the way that helped make you a better hitter?
Well, you start seeing sequences. You hit off of catchers versus pitchers, or see how they're throwing other guys in front of you, or learn how to hit breaking balls in hitters' counts instead of just sitting fastball all the time. Or there's a lot of little things that you start picking up, especially playing with older guys. Guys like John Swami or talking to Mike Spadali or something like that about hitting and what they did. Or Andy Tracy is a great example. Our hitting coordinator taught us a lot of things. I never played with Trace, but I got a chance to speak with him in spring training and this year too. So talking to those guys is where you learn the most, and I think that's helped a lot.
You've been a real student of the game, obviously, just by talking to you here. You have definitely taken the time to study hitting and a hitting approach. And I overheard you say that one of the best pieces of advice that you ever got was knowing where your barrel is. What did you mean by that, and what has that helped you do?
Just knowing where your barrel's at is basically just, even if your swing feels bad, you know where your barrel's at, you might still barrel 3 balls in a game and maybe get a hit or 2. So, that's one thing me and Spy talked about quite a bit is knowing where your barrel's at all times. If you don't know where your barrel's at, you're not going to be able to consistently flush baseballs. So that's something that I think hitters got to learn at an early age. I learned it later than some. So, yeah, hopefully that'll be something I can keep with me.
You spent 4 years at Washington State. You actually came out of there with your degree as well. What would you be doing if you weren't playing baseball?
I don't know. My mom's big into, she's a mortgage broker. She's real successful doing that. So that's something I've done a couple off seasons. Worked at my stepdad's auto body shop for a couple years as well. He actually hired me as his accountant last year. His accountant went on maternity leave, so I did the books for a couple months. That wasn't quite that fun, but it was an enjoyable experience.
So what was your degree in at Washington State?
Business marketing, management and operations. Kind of an overall general business degree.
Now, you're a guy from the Northwest. You grew up in Washington, spend your off-season in Seattle. What do you love so much about living up there?
It's seasonal. Summers you can wakeboard and hang out in the lakes, and winters you're up on the mountain. So it's real diverse. You can get out and hunt, you can fish, you can. Seattle's kind of cool too, because if you go over the mountains, the eastern part of the state is basically desert. So it's completely different. You get over the mountain range, and it's all flat. It's all farmland, and a couple of buddies are over in Spokane, Washington, so we get together every now and then, go hunt and fish and stuff over there too. So it's just a really diverse state. It's like I said, seasonal. It's fun to be there.
Jim, thank you so much for taking the time. Great getting to know you. It's been great watching you through the first couple of months of the season, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you very much.
That's Fightin Phils first baseman Jim Murphy. Join us as we go behind the pinstripes. Thanks for checking us out here on Fightins.com. Until next time, see you later.